Do you ever feel like anger takes over before you even decide to let it? One word, one look, and suddenly you're not thinking anymore, you're just reacting. An ancient philosopher named Seneca believed he had found the actual cure for that, and it's probably not what you think. Seneca was one of Rome's most respected Stoic philosophers. He didn't just write about anger from a distance, he wrote an entire book about it called On Anger, addressed directly to his own brother. In it, he doesn't just describe anger, he dissects it, where it comes from, why it's so dangerous, and exactly how to stop it before it starts. Today, we're breaking his advice down into something you can actually use. Anger doesn't feel like a choice in the moment. It feels like a wave that just happens to you. It damages relationships. It affects your health. It makes you say things in 10 seconds that you regret for 10 years. Seneca had a strong opinion about this. He didn't see anger as a normal, harmless emotion. He described it as a kind of temporary madness. Not because feeling angry makes you a bad person, but because in that state, reason gets pushed aside completely. And once reason is gone, you're no longer making decisions, the anger is. So how did Seneca suggest handling it? A few core ideas. First, anticipate your triggers. Seneca believed that the people who lose control the most are the ones who are constantly surprised by what upsets them. If you already know what tends to set you off, you can prepare for it instead of being ambushed by it. Second, build in delay. Seneca's advice was strikingly practical. Don't respond in the heat of the moment. Give yourself time, even just a few seconds before reacting. Anger loses a huge amount of its power the moment it isn't acted on immediately. Third, understand what anger actually is. He believed anger convinces you it's justice, that it's protecting you or correcting a wrong, but in reality, it usually just adds damage on top of whatever the original problem was. Recognizing anger as a distortion, not a truth, makes it much easier to interrupt. Here's Seneca's real secret. Most people try to manage anger after it's already exploded. Seneca said that's already too late. The real control, the real power happens before anger even begins. It's in the small moment of noticing the spark and choosing not to feed it. Once anger is fully raging, willpower alone rarely stops it. But in that first split second, you still have a choice. That's the entire secret. Not suppressing anger once it's here, catching it before it takes hold. Let's bring it together. Anticipate what sets you off. Build in delay before you react. Remember that anger distorts more than it protects. And most importantly, the real moment of control is at the very beginning, not in the middle of the storm. Seneca didn't believe anger had to run your life. He believed you could catch it 1 second at a time. Try one of these techniques this week and tell me in the comments how it goes. And if this helped, subscribe. More timeless wisdom for real modern struggles is on the way.